Well, we got the hottest new person on FriendTech on the show. I mean, look at this guy. You see a different spring in his step today. Nifty Nick.
Wow. Last night, your boy made over 1 ETH off of FriendTech for offering literally no value whatsoever. I mean, I'm not promising anything. I'm not giving anybody anything. I'm responding to messages, but they could have messaged me literally anywhere, and I would have replied.
You would have ignored that. You would have ignored
utility.
them.
You would have ignored it. Yeah, you're on the same page. So already there is utility to your FriendTech thing. You reply to messages. There you go.
Well, I actually don't. So like some people message me and I just ignore it. And I'm like, yo, I can't respond to everybody. There's like 5 of you sending me messages. Farouk came in as a holder. He's waiting on my price to go up. Right now I'm at around what feels like a reasonable 0.19. And I feel like the price should be 0.5. So if you're trying to get in on the ground floor, this is the moment for you to do that. I'm just letting you know. This is your one and only opportunity. I posted some invite codes last night on my Twitter account if you didn't see it. Everything about this yesterday, I know I said this site is a bunch of bullshit. And today, it's probably one of the most legitimate platforms that I've seen in a very, very long time. If you're looking for the future of social media, if you're looking for the best way to get in contact with me and to get access to some of the top alpha in the world, you're going to want to go sign up for FriendTech and you're going to want to buy one of my keys right now. You got to get in on the bottom floor. Someone said, do you share nudes, Nick? Hey, if you help pump me to 0.5, there's no telling what I'm going to reveal.
I'm grateful for Nick, though, because as a byproduct, my floor price pumped to 0.15. So by association.
Oh, shit. I got to sell you.
You do. Nick joined, bought a share, and then immediately comes in and says, quit being poor, buy my share. I was like, yeah, this is utility. This is fun.
I don't know how I feel about all this. Bunny, you have your hand raised. Bunny, what's going on?
Yeah, I know how I feel about all of it, Pio, and not good. Not only did he not give me the heads up so I could front run his keys, that Nick still owns 0 of my keys.
I actually just bought you. I just bought you.
He bought you, Bunny.
Now I own you.
A lot of utility comment, Nick. A lot of stuff comment.
Nick owns you, Bunny. That's number one.
I just sold easy.
If you own 20 of my
keys,
you can
what the fuck?
Morning show. Yeah, no, dude. If you own 20 of my keys, you get to co-host this very morning show. I just thought of that utility on the spot.
Pretty good, Bunny. Yeah,
you got to buy low, sell high, man. That's what they say. So let me be honest. Before I give the real alpha, and remember, I'm sending it right now to my followers on FriendTech real quick. Here's what I'm about to say on the show. Get ready. I'm just typing it in real quick and letting people know. Here's what I'm going to say. Okay, hit send. This platform, dude, people are literally the most common question on here, and people post screenshots of it on Twitter. Is like, bro, did you sell me? It's like, yeah, man. It's like, yeah, I had to buy someone else, man. That's pumping. Anonymous, is like actively trading on there. So I bought him last night. His floor price went up. The beauty of what you end up seeing for paying for access to someone who's a good trader is you're seeing who they're buying and selling. So you can copy their trades if you're really looking to make money in this. Now, it's very clear that this is a full-blown Ponzi the more that I went into it. And I already assumed that was the case, but it became even more apparent last night that this is a full-blown Ponzi. And the buying and selling is absolutely brutal. I mean, people do not hold on to anybody inside of this system. The biggest part of it, though, that does suck is there is a fee with each of these trades, which is
10%.
Is quite substantial. So it eats in. If you overtrade, you're quickly down to 0. So but I still made a profit on easy, never buying back into that shit. And then I lost money on Anonymous, unfortunately, because he didn't pump after me buying him for 0.57, which is crazy. I missed the Farouk pump. Farouk was at 0.5, now trading at close to 0.7. And I was like, this seems like a good buy. People are going to be willing to pay for it. but it's still a bunch of like, it's crypto Twitter traders, like the most aggressive traders that are just like, you're not
They're
building
trading
relationships.
worthless. They're trading worthless shares of each other. I don't know if you can get more cutthroat than that.
Nick, quick question. So I was going to bed and I was up a little bit late. I was like, man, I'm freaking exhausted. How late did you stay up? Because I saw this automated tweet go out. I think
Me and Nick were texting at 1 a.m. 1 a.m. He was trying to troubleshoot it. Maybe 12:30. We had text at 12:30. I would say it was late. It wasn't. It was way past Nick's bedtime.
No, it was 11:59 was the last text message you sent. So I appreciate you just making up lies.
It was 3 a.m.
I was in bed by like 12:15. I didn't sleep well because I had a couple of drinks at dinner with Pio, and that was a mistake. I deeply regret that behavior because I just did not sleep. Like, it just killed my sleep. I woke up at 3 and I was like, oh, I feel awful. And then I stayed up for an hour, went back to sleep, but not before checking my FriendTech share price, which was holding quite firm, and seeing which opportunities were existing there. I'm not diving into this much deeper, I'm going to be honest, but I'll constantly be delivering value to my FriendTech key holders. You know, major key alert. You're going to want to go and download. I will say the onboarding experience was disastrous. There's no way that they're going to be onboarding the masses using this. Like, it was confusing as hell for me to, like, I'd manually add the RPC of base to MetaMask, then
and this has to be mobile. Is that right? It has to be mobile.
Yeah, but I ended up getting base working on my MetaMask on my computer, and that ended up working. So it got on base, and that all worked. And then you have to go send money to an address. There's no UI that tells you need to send money to that address. Like, it doesn't even prompt you. So like, I needed easy to explain to me how to get onto this thing. So like, basically it sets up a custodial wallet for you on base. You then send your money into that wallet. And then all of your activity is happening in that wallet. It's monitoring that balance. And then they're just taking fees out of those transactions that you're making into their system or their contract. So it is a pretty good, like, it's interesting from a technical standpoint, I guess. I'm late as hell to this game because it's like so clear that like this pumped dramatically in recent times. It's embarrassing to read. Like, NFT stats is like, FriendTech has paid creators more in the last day than NFTs have in the past 17 years.
Did he say that? I don't know if he did.
That wasn't exactly what it was. But when he posted it, I was just like, dude, these aren't creators. I didn't like go in there. There are like, there definitely are OnlyFans style accounts, are some of them, but none of those are priced well. And I'm like, I'm not gonna trade this, and I don't want to see what's inside of here. But like, I bought other people's accounts, and it didn't show me anything. He's calling it creators. Get the hell out of here. It's not creators that are getting paid for it. I went in Farouk's channel, and it's just like GM. It's like basically a Discord that's failing. Like, that's what you're looking at when you're in there. So, but here's the deal. The only place that it isn't like just GM.
Nifty Nick
inside of my
FriendTech.
channel, dude. Like, so you're going to want to get those keys. You're going to want to go and buy them. Remember, there's invites, on my Twitter account. I'm not chilling for no reason, or I'm not chilling for, sorry, I said that wrong. Now I just exposed myself and my ulterior motive with this whole beginning of the show. I want to apologize to anybody that saw right through that, but I just want to let you know, value incoming.
Bunny, you have your hand raised. Bunny, what's going on?
Nah, dude, I tried to follow one of those OnlyFans chick. I thought it was gonna be like a bullish thing, right? I'm like, she's gonna start nudes in here or something. She's just like writing paragraphs to people, dude. Like, not even teasing any pictures. Absolute bleed fest for this floor price, dude. Straight down since I bought it.
Well, I think my favorite thing is NFT people being like, you all are fading FriendTech. And I've said it again and again and again. Like, if it's going to be a real thing that somebody wants to build, then I'm all for it. By fading FriendTech, do they mean I'm not taking a bunch of money and dumping it into random ass worthless shares of crypto Twitter people? If so, sure, yeah, I'm fading FriendTech, because what the hell are we talking about here? I'm not about to buy random ass worthless shares of people on Twitter just because they have a price associated with them.
Would you buy? But would you buy your favorite YouTuber? Like, okay, I'm not talking like MK or anything at that level, but like, say there's like a mid-level YouTuber and they were to go on FriendTech, would you buy their shares?
No.
I would pay for YouTube for like more content. Like
I just sold Farouk. I went in there. I said, "Hey, just stopping by to say hi before I heartlessly dump your keys." I dumped it. Yo, I'm withdrawing like 0.8 ETH. There's no doubt about it. I'll buy one more of my things. I'm just taking money out of this thing. This thing is maybe I'm a complete idiot with this, but like, how did I suddenly get 0.8 ETH? Like in my and I actually have more. My total portfolio value is now down drastically.
Well, look, somebody said Mike Alford just joined FriendTech. Number one, he would never join FriendTech. Number two, I probably would buy his shares if he did join, because he would have to join for a reason. But like YouTube people, they don't understand. Guys, it's just a new price, guys. It's just new prices in the market, and you're just buying a new price. Buy Tesla stock instead. Buy like Apple stock, Amazon stock. Dude, was up like 15% yesterday. Just buy like stocks.
You're gonna give me an airdrop?
No. Pio, set up a FriendTech, make a quick 0.5 ETH to get the hell out of there.
No, nobody's gonna buy my FriendTech. Why is someone gonna buy my FriendTech?
Oh, they will. Just tweet it out. Let me tell you, you're gonna just test it out. Go get 0.5 ETH and then get the hell out of there and just FUD it the entire time, Pio. Like, why wouldn't you?
Why would somebody buy my FriendTech?
For your Bitcoin insights, for your Bitcoin insights, which nobody wants to hear. Like, well, no, you say your words, not mine. You say no one wants to hear about this. But imagine a exclusive channel only for Pio's Bitcoin insights, where other people who are in there are bullish not only on Bitcoin but bullish on you, and you bring those two worlds together, price go up.
Why did they buy my keys? What did they think they were going to get?
I'm confused.
You have like you have like a different aura. It's like ironic to buy your keys. That's a different thing. It works for you. No one's gonna buy my worthless FriendTech keys. What are you talking about?
That would make for good content as well, even if it fails. So at this point, you have to sign up just for this to like manifest and for us to like see this entirely through.
The only way I could make it work is if I uploaded videos of me sparring at the gym, just getting my ass kicked. If it was like the exclusive content you could see is me getting beat up, then I think people would be like, I think there's actually some value here. But yeah, there's no one's gonna buy my FriendTech
do they
shares.
Support videos? I think they only support images.
Only images. They don't even support GIFs.
I don't know what images I could upload that people are going to be like, yo, let me ape this guy's FriendTech shares. Anyway.
I think we know, Pio.
Anyway, look, today, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to discuss the Nakamigos floor meltdown. And by the way, real quick, one more time, going on record. If they want to build, the people building FriendTech are building like an actual platform. I think that's fantastic, and I think that they should keep doing it. That doesn't mean I'm going to buy a random ass crypto Twitter trader person's shares. I'm just telling you. But anyway, today, Nick,
when are you signing up? What time are you signing up today? Let the people know, Pio. Give the audience a heads up. Give them the alpha. Let them know the time that you're signing up so we can all ape in and buy your keys. Because here's the deal, Pio. I'm going to buy your keys and you're going to end up making money. And then you're going to come back and you're going to say, Nick,
why don't you just give me money instead of buying the like just Venmo me money instead of buying the shares?
I'm not doing that, dude. Because you don't understand. The whole point is that it's in it. I'm in it for myself. Yeah. Well, because I get to have the gains and you get to make money in the process. That's the whole point. We share in this together. It's a group collective of us all collectively making money. And there's no way that this ends poorly, Pio. There's no way possible that this ends poorly. All that happens anytime you get in, it's just price go up indefinitely. We just make money. We just get rich. This is what the game's about.
So the one thing I can understand is, okay, I launch, my shares are at literal zero to start. So somebody said, hey, it's at literal zero. It's worth at least 0.00001. So they buy it at literal zero. And okay, I get it. But nobody wants my FriendTech shares. Look, today, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to discuss.
We all want it now, dude. Pio, I'm just telling you.
I need the shares,
like,
Pio.
Now I need it. And you got to let me know what time you're signing up. What time is it?
Until Uncle Gary saying on your shoulder. Look, ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to discuss the Nakamigos floor meltdown, the FTX liquidation, the Stoner Cats SEC charge, and FriendTech's all-time high. Want to mention, everybody, today's Artist Spotlight free NFT. Very excited. This is one of the free NFTs that we do in partnership with very talented artists in the space. It's in partnership with Rocket Girl. So Rocket Girl was a runner-up in the Claire Silver AI art contest. Her work has been collected by none other than Cosmo de Medici, Batsoup Young, Claire Silver, and more. Her companion drop titled Fun is live right now on Foundation. It's featuring 69 individual pieces with her varying animations and colors, and includes a complimentary print hand signed by her. The links are pinned to the top of the space. Go check them out. She's a friend of the show. We asked her to do this. We love these partnered artist spotlight things. Wow. So, I mean, like, I'm looking at the work now. It's really cool.
Her art is sick. First of all, it almost looks like could be a music video for somebody. And the other thing I was going to say is, Signal, when are you getting on FriendTech? Like, because I want to buy your shares.
Yeah. You know what? Because Pio's not on there and you are insanely bearish on it, I'm going to jump on there.
You need an invite
Signal
code.
has value in her shares. People will like Signal shares for sure.
I'm sending you an invite code right now.
I'm in
on
that invite
Twitter.
code right now. I'm in. Open the red velvet carpet. I'm in.
This is what I'm
Let's
talking
go.
about.
Let's go. Easy. Where you at?
0.2 floor. 0.2 floor incoming.
Easy, right?
Yeah, I think I'm 0.15.
Okay.
Well, because
there you
I
go.
just dumped it.
I got eyes on easy.
Well, anyway, look, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to throw to the newest FriendTech asset that's going to pump. That's Signal. Signal, please take it away with the weather report.
Absolutely, folks. It is Thursday, September the 14th. You got market volume coming in at 18.2 million. Blur at 12.1, OpenSea at 3.3, and FriendTech at 18.5. Got that nice big jump up in market volume, mainly due to the Nakamigos dump and the Sugartown mint. Overall, it was another red day for NFTs, including the large claps. You got the Bored Apes down 6%, Mutants down 9%, D-Gods down 7%. Meanwhile, Pudgy Penguins continue to hold steady at that 4 ETH mark. They're up 3%. On to Stoner Cats, and they are up 300%. Big mover, up to 0.08 ETH, with people expecting a possible mint refund after the SEC ruled that it was an unregistered offering. Onto some other collections. Well, we've got other ones in the green. Sproto Gremlins still up there. They're up 24%. Psychedelics Anonymous, that's one we haven't heard about in a while, up 74%. And both Pixelmon and On-Chain Monkey up 10%. There's some names in there we haven't heard in a while. Over the past 24 hours, the Nakamigos floor has cratered 50% after the project announced that their anticipated fall is coming. It's actually going to be another 20K collection. It's going to mint at 0.05 ETH for holders, and then the same price for public on September the 21st. Nakamigos are barely holding on to a 0.2 ETH floor now, and were featured on Beeple's Everyday titled Dead Migos. On to Sugartown, and Sugartown was the winner of the day. It was free mint. It started out at 0.08 during the end of the show, and it went all the way up to 0.22. The collection has done 700 ETH in volume so far, and is holding 0.2 ETH floor neck and neck with Nakamigos. Easy talked about that one. We knew that one was going to cook. On to what's going on outside of the space. Well, the courts have approved an FTX liquidation of over 3.4 billion in crypto, although it appears a lot of these assets are illiquid and staked in a believe that an OTC deal is more likely to happen for the liquid assets instead of a market sale. And then lastly, FriendTech, well, we've been talking about it. The daily volume hits an all-time high of 18.5 million as the mania continues. Someone impersonating NFT Statistics made $1,600 from trading fees just in 15 minutes. And new units continue to join the platform, including DraftKings co-founder Matt Kalish, poker player and gambler Haralabos Vulgaris, and the CryptoPunk hoodie guy Nifty Nick, with fears rising that this could be the talk because Nick is obviously in. That is all for the weather report. Back to you, folks.
Nice pronunciation on the Turkish guy. And yeah, even if it is the top, the way FriendTech is structured is that Nick couldn't even buy the top because he earns his fees on his trades. Someone said that I'm middle curving FriendTech. What do you mean? I keep saying I think the platform is good. I'm not going to buy random ass worthless shares. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen,
that's
some
middle
updates.
curving it.
Anyway, just buy random BS instead of Tesla stock. Anyway, ladies and
gentlemen, on either side, you buy stupid shit. Like that's where you got to be. You got to buy it because it pisses you off.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we got some updates from the Nifty Daily Digest. That is the daily newsletter published from the Nifty.com. You need to have an account at the Nifty.com to mint today's free NFT, courtesy of our Artist Spotlight partner drop with Rocket Girl. The Daily Digest is also posted to X, Twitter, every morning and pinned up top. So make sure that you check out those tweets. Machi, Big Brother, former guest of this show, one of the largest, if not the largest Bored Ape holder, his ApeCoin proposal to use 11 million ApeCoin, roughly $13 million to buy apes, mutants, and punks for art museum goes live today. And many are expecting the proposal to pass. So we will see what comes of that. After the SEC charged Stoner Cats with an unregistered offering of NFTs, of securities, unregistered offering of securities through their NFTs. Two SEC commissioners disagree with the charge, saying NFTs should get the same treatment as physical collectibles and be given clear guidelines of what they can and can't do. Pretty gnarly. I believe there were specific examples that they pointed out maybe in that response.
1970s Star Wars collectibles, in which the movie came out. You should be able to. So the way they did that was they sold a certificate that gave you the right to purchase an action figure at a later date. So like an IOU, and then you could actually resell that certificate. So that's where they're comparing it to.
I like that.
That sounds familiar.
I like that. That's good stuff. We'll see what happens. Gary Gensler is not well liked, ladies and gentlemen, in many circles, including.
I don't know that Gary Gensler was involved in that.
Not in the response, no.
Well, he dropped comments the day before, just about crypto in general, once again doubling down that he believes it's rife with fraud, criminal activity, and scams. He's basically used the same three words in the same rife with fraud comment 5 times, I believe, in the last 6 months.
Yeah, I mean, he's been doing funny stuff. Anyway, an OCM Dimensions Bitcoin ordinal sold for 4 Bitcoins, over $100,000, despite the recent bearish activity in the ordinals ecosystem. I'd say just lack of activity. In other Bitcoin news, Magic Eden has teased a marketplace for rare Satoshis. So we'll have to see what the value of those rare Satoshis is. Sounds like some new prices are coming into the crypto market. We know that crypto folks are all about that. Ape CryptoPunk number 6915 received a bid of 800 Ethereum, another very high bid for a high value Ethereum NFT asset. We'll have to see what happens.
I think Beauty and the Punk. I think that's who that is. That owns
might
it.
be. We'll see if they accept that $1 million bid. Tucker Carlson interviewed pro-Bitcoin Argentinian presidential candidate Javier Milei. I don't know if I'm doing that. That last name's tough. Milei. Covering topics of hyperinflation and reckless government spending. Nobody knows that maybe better than Argentina. There's only a couple of candidates like Venezuela and others. Weimar Germany, old school references there that can even compete with the situation that Argentina is going through right now. As I understand it, you need a brew of money to pay for dinner. So this was a very interesting angle for Carlson to take. This is quite the follow-up from the person that did crack cocaine and engaged in sexual activity with President Barack Obama. Definitely a pivot. Last but not least, Bored Ape Yacht Club launched the Made by Apes Bodega, a directory for all Bored Ape Yacht Club licenses to be given out. Love to see use of the word bodega by the biggest entity in the crypto space. People are saying like, oh, Easy Eats Bodega, blah, blah, blah. Bored Ape Yacht Club literally doesn't know who we are and doesn't care. It doesn't matter.
Don't act like, no.
They stole my whole flow, Pio.
They stole the whole thing,
Stole
dude.
my whole
They
flow.
don't know who you are.
Well, they didn't know who Easy was, but they saw me tweeting about it. And then that changed things because they've been following me since the beginning, since I'm an early ape proponent. I still own at least a Mutant Ape, which does technically make me part of the club, despite its imploding price, sending Bunny into a deep depression. Despite all that, they've been on the lookout for what we've been doing, and they realized, they said, "Hey, let's go steal these guys because they seem like they know what they're doing." And I just want to say, Yuga, this is unacceptable. Like, there may be a lawsuit incoming. So I just want to give you all a heads up, to prepare yourselves, because we got big bucks being getting ready to be deployed on a lawsuit. Our holders, they said they've had enough of this. The people in the Discord, they said, yo, shut this shit down. I don't care if you guys abort the whole roadmap. I don't care if we never get another PFP from you. You need to take down Yuga. And I say, we hear you, we stand with you, and we're hiring lawyers right now.
You
so
thought the
get
SEC
ready.
lawsuit was bad against Stoner Cats? Just wait till you see what we're working on. Me and Nick have been in the lab. We've been calling lawyers, IP lawyers, a bunch of other big name lawyers. I don't know what other industries there are for it, but you wait. Well,
we're going to throw the book at him for sure.
Real quick, I just see the Schiller of Schillers, the FriendTech Schiller himself, NFT Statistics. Tell us what's been going on and who's been paying you for this.
I just, I got to take my kids to school, but I'm disappointed to hear the way you talk about creators, Nick. It's disappointing. I'm not surprised. I'm not giving the stuff you said. I'm not surprised, but to hear you talk this way about creators is disappointing.
Dude, no one on there is a creator. I'm just letting you know. They're all like pump and dumpers is what the FriendTech cohort is right now, and I'm gonna show with the best of them. Buy my FriendTech keys. You're gonna get access to some of the hottest alpha that exists in the crypto and NFT space, as I've always been delivering. You've seen my technical analysis. You've seen where I draw the lines. You know that I'm calling directions up and down both ways. You're gonna find out.
Put your charts in there. I don't have
not yet.
You
can post graphs. You can post images. So if you screenshot a chart, you can post. That's 99% of FriendTech utility right now. Is everyone's just sharing trades with charts. That's it. It's 99.9% of utility. So the ones
let
who are
me
actually
just
making
point
money,
out.
that's it.
By the way, on this show, I basically called the bottom of Soul. P.O. out here being like, yo, you should slow down there, player. Put your foot on the brakes. Ease into this purchase. And now we're up significantly from where I suggested an entry. We're up over 10% at this point.
The dollar looks strong, Nick. Be careful. Dollar looks real strong. So this is what I'm sitting here like.
Yeah, DXY is pumping right now.
Pumping. And that's usually a bad sign. It's pumping.
Well, we'll have to see. Sam, NFT Statistics, welcome to the show. So are you going to join FriendTech?
I don't know. I've kind of gone back and forth. I was going to do it yesterday, but I had a fantasy football draft. So I was just like, I'm not going to do it. And fantasy football draft after week 1 is actually kind of interesting because
psychotic.
What's going on there?
That's psychotic.
Because I was in Korea last week and I'm the commissioner. So we did this week. And it's kind of interesting because auto draft gets it all wrong because they don't incorporate week 1 information. So it actually starts putting a little more skill into the game. So that was kind of cool. But
why wasn't I invited to that league is the real question. Like, what's going on? Because I feel like I'm missing out as part of this. How much is on the line in your league?
This was an in real life draft. You had to be physically there, and
I would have thought
doggos per person to enter. So that was the buy-in.
I would have flown out, and we could have sat there and made some content of us pumping our FriendTech stuff. Like, people are going to be around the world paying attention to say, what are these guys up to? Like,
we
what
were
is-
going to do that. The buy-in was one all Nick key. Everyone had to buy one, put that in, and at the end we were going to divide them up. But the way you talk about creators, we were just like, that's too controversial.
Okay.
I was just as offended as you were, Sam. I mean, look, how are you actually thinking about FriendTech? Like, you are a person where I do believe probably could have a higher floor price than Nick right out the gate. And that's not me throwing shade at Nick. I'm impressed with Nick's floor price and trading action. I'm curious to see what signal generates. Sam, I feel like you'd come.
Oh,
Go ahead.
Now, I had someone create a fake account of mine yesterday.
Yes.
And it got a fake account and it generated over $3,000 in fees. Literally everything was me except it was Punk 9058 instead of Punk 9059. So when I saw that, I was like, maybe I should join this. But then I got busy yesterday and I don't want to do it unless I actually have time to be in there and engage with people. But my view on this whole thing, like when I worked at Goldman Sachs, my boss, I worked at when China equities went like through the roof in 2005, 2006. I'm old, but it was 2004, 2012. And my boss always said the best bubbles are built on the best narratives. And I think that, like, yes, these are bubble prices. Like this, like people are only buying it because they think it's going to go higher. And yes, it's like an interesting product and people like it. And there is a good narrative here and there is a decent product. And even though Nick hasn't seen that decent product, because I think it's kind of got stupid over the past 24 hours, like I think like the use case is real, but I think both those things are true. So you have some people saying, no, like I get to eat with a VC who I never dreamed of meeting because of FriendTech, and other people are like, it's a bubble, and they're both right.
Well, I want to say I only take product feedback from people who are actively using the product and who actively announce their presence first in the private chat inside of this YouTube chat once it's live, and then those that also then pump it on this show. Actually, those are the only type of people that I can take valid product feedback
well,
from.
I do use it because I do own a few keys through my alt account. I just haven't like made one. I put in 0.03, so it's not exactly
okay. Maybe we can find out what
0.09. Let's fucking go, FriendTech.
You want to reveal the alt on this show, and maybe we pump it up. First, you put it in the private chat, then we sell it on this show. We do a little Ponzonomics here. We do a little backdoor deal.
Don't they call that like parenthesis friend, comma friend? I feel like that's like the lingo for it now.
I mean, I did see a space with that, with the friend, comma friend, which reminds me of the Olympus DAO bullshit back in the day.
Which is like,
dude, the fact that the Pio brought up a good point at dinner last night, which is like, dude, the stoner cats, they're the last people. Well, they're not the last people that should be like receive a fine, but like, how about all these like pump and dump DAOs that were complete bullshit made up on this? Like, look at this like formula that wrote like to their credit, wrote like a PhD thesis sort of white paper associated with their DAOs, which made it compelling enough and intriguing enough that you were like, clearly they did a bunch of research here and they figured out how this thing works. But like at the end of the day, all of them 100% were all Ponzi schemes. How are those people just like walking away with a shit ton of money?
Because they didn't have Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher. Like that is literally the reason Stoner Cats got hit, in my opinion, was two hyper public facing people that have the money to pay a fine. Yeah, like that's a big reason. It's like I look at it like that. Like these people are just gonna pay the fine. They know that they're gonna pay the fine.
Where did he just go?
Well, Sam, ladies and gentlemen, Sam had to jump to drive his children to school, which, I mean, that's a pretty reasonable reason to leave. But shout out to Sam, NFT Statistics. He's now sent us the link to his FriendTech. We're all buying shares, and everybody listening should buy shares after we buy them, so the price goes up. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not on FriendTech and not buying any shares. Anyway, look, what Nick's saying is true. The people that made Olympus DAO should just go to jail. Also, Ben.eth, for example, is just walking around not in jail, and he made $20 million off of an illegal security. What's going on there? But anyway, moving on to someone that did get in trouble for illegal behavior. FTX, the FTX liquidation has happened. Clemente wants me to have Easy lead this. Easy. So the court approved FTX is, or the court is telling FTX to begin liquidating over $3.4 billion in assets many people fear will cause large sell pressure in the market. I say it's priced in. Easy. What do you think?
Yeah, so it wasn't that they told them to sell the assets. They applied for it to try to recoup some of the funds for an effort to potentially make customers whole, was like the big statement that they kind of pushed for. The thing that's interesting to me, though, is everyone's like, this is a death sentence for Solana. There's rumors speculating that they sold most of the funds OTC already to the Solana Foundation based on on-chain activity and some other key things from like the wallets. And when they look at what's liquid in the wallet, there's actually a larger Ethereum balance than Solana balance in the FTX wallets. So like, if anything, there's going to be more sell pressure there. But then on top of that, a lot of these things are locked in like vesting schedules to 2025, 2026. And that's where right now you kind of look at it and you're like, okay. So the main thing to then consider is like who buys these from FTX, because they're going to have to sell them for a fraction of the cost, where the new buyer has to keep that same lockup investing schedule. And that's where it's now like, okay, so whoever buys these goes one of two ways. Either the new buyer is comfortable with the unlock schedule, isn't going to dump them because they're a long-term believer in these assets, or they're buying them for a fraction of a dollar to dump them. So it's kind of this like back and forth here where like you have to just figure out who's going to be buying these assets, because I'm not too worried about like short-term sell pressure. I think we got that event when the first time that was announced last week, I believe, where everyone was like, oh, this is game over. It's all going to zero. Nothing's going to bounce back. So I'm like, okay, that's now where I'm like, yeah, this makes the most sense to see a new buyer step in, who that new buyer is, and then we can start to figure out what that actually looks like. Go ahead.
Well, no,
Nick?
sorry. You can finish.
No, that was it. That was it. I just think we got to wait to see the new buyers.
I'm just curious, because wouldn't it be a third party who would be doing the buying and selling, who'd be doing the buying and selling of these assets? And most likely it would be done OTC, because obviously they like, you're trying to get the highest price.
It's going to be OTC 100%.
Yeah, but the person who's responsible, the entity who's responsible for selling it, would be trying to get the highest price. So they're not going to be trying getting the lowest price. So it's more likely it's not FTX themselves who are selling it, but a third party entity who represents the interests of FTX. Therefore, they're trying to get the highest price. So it's not going to go to a buyer who is trying to get these at the lowest assets.
And I think
Right.
they'll end up doing some level of bulk deal that ends up getting them fairly close to market value, just based on the estimated market value, whatever they want to do. Like they sold the Solana, the speculation they sold the Solana to the Solana Foundation for 17.5. So they're already up on that. But like the Solana Foundation's not about to dump that liquid SOL into the market. Like that's just not how they operate. They use the Solana for grants and other funding. So like to me, I'm like, we're probably going to see some level of, I don't know exactly what term to use here, like some level of like back and forth. To your point, it's going to be to the best buyer who like is going to pay the most for these assets. And would it surprise me if they figure out a way to sell basically all of them in bulk? Not at all. Yeah, and that's kind of like where my head's at.
They're not going on Coinbase and
market dumping the shit out of
and
it.
just selling this product. The bigger thing is like there's at the current price of Solana, there's probably a lot of people that would like to make a sizable purchase. And like hold on.
They're not looking to sell it next week. Like I think they'd be comfortable holding it at this price with linear unlocks going into 25, 26, which is what many people are speculating will be peak of next bull run. Like that seems like a pretty asymmetric bet.
And keep in mind, the crypto markets are aggressively forward-looking, the most aggressively forward-looking market in the world. And so forget about when the court, gave the order, when the court decision was actually made. Whenever the first rumblings of this came about, which I don't even know when that was got to be months ago, maybe even last year, long time ago. That's when the price action hit. Like it's not, and now we have the court decision. If you didn't see it reflected in the price yet, it ain't happening. It's priced in. Forget about it. So yeah, we'll have to see what happens. I also saw DCG is trying to make an agreement with itself. That whole thing. It's amazing how long it's taken all this stuff. Genesis Lending and Barry Silbert and DCG and blah, blah, blah. It's just like hilarious.
The biggest takeaway from all this stuff that I've observed, you can basically get away with a lot of illegal shit. In the finance space, you can just straight up rob people. The government does it. The banks do it. The crypto people, there's people in crypto that do it. But the biggest thieves are the fucking banks at this point that can just go and all these people that launch ETFs and the regulated securities that are scams. Like the whole the whole thing is one giant complete scam at this point is the conclusion. After seeing the way that the SEC is behaving, I'm just like, dude, who gives a shit at this point? And I wonder like how they had to settle with that. Like, are the founders of Stoner Cats personally responsible if like they spent some of the money? Like, how does that go down? How like what's the process for that? And is the SEC going to sue them to go like after the individuals and like sue them in court? They just want to write a press release is all the SEC wants to do. And they don't even really like give a shit with any of these different things. You can go scam people for $1 billion and then settle for like, 30 million. And they're like, wow, huge win for the SEC here. Massive settlement. I'm not going to run for attorney general. Like, so like the whole thing is just one ridiculous like scam.
I also feel that it's not widely understood, like that you're not speaking with hyperbole here. That was not like an exaggeration. It's not widely understood that that actually is the case. Clemente is pulling up an article right now. This is the article talking about JP Morgan. Like, ever heard of it? It's not exactly a small shop. JP Morgan had to pay almost $1 billion fine. The headline is to resolve U.S. investigation into trading practices. This is because they manipulated the price of gold, because if you know anything about the market for gold, it's so intense, all precious metals, it's like violently manipulated to the point that in early 2021, there was a run on silver to the point that literally silver sold out globally. You could not buy physical silver, and then the price went down. And so JP Morgan Chase, if you dig into that article, they made billions manipulating the price of gold, but then had to pay $1 billion fine, but they still made billions in profit.
Well, Goldman Sachs actually bought like a warehouse to house steel in the Midwest to just eat up all the supply and pump the price, so that they could then their traders could go and like trade on it. I don't think they even needed to settle those futures contracts. They just took the steel, bought up all the supply, and made more just trading it probably on leverage against some other bank that was essentially like financing them having the deals. All these things are completely manipulated, and the person that ends up eating all the costs is the consumer. The consumer ends up getting screwed out of all these different things, and backdoor deals go on. And it's like, oh, did the price of housing development go up 30% because Goldman was making some trade on steel? Yeah, but nobody really gives a shit. Like, it doesn't really matter. Did it go up because global corporations and international billionaires are allowed to just sweep up large swaths of real estate in areas where people are actually trying to live? Yeah, like that is going on. But suck it up, suck it up, figure out a way to make more. But if you go get a job, they're not going to pay you more to cover the cost of that appreciating price that's going on. So like the whole thing is like just one giant manipulation thing. And they're being like, yo, the only thing they're pissed off about crypto is they're not in on the game of manipulating it. Like, that's the only thing they're pissed off about.
Well, some of them are. Jamie Dimon has publicly declared Bitcoin a scam, and then it came out later that that they were accumulating it. And he's actually had that happen like 9 times for different assets. Fun fact, I just Googled his name and went to news. He said yesterday it's a huge mistake to think the economy will boom and that a recession is coming. Said it yesterday. Gee, I wonder if I'm going to listen to him or just do the exact opposite of what he's saying, because he's the least trustworthy person ever.
Look, someone said Occupy Nick, and I'm going to be honest, that is kind of where I'm at this point. The problem was the Occupy Wall Street people were miserable failures. Yeah. All those people were standing up with it was just like a complete disaster. And then celebrities would like hop on to show up to like keynote, Thursday at Occupy Wall Street to give a little spiel about we've had enough. We've had enough. I may be a member of the 1%, but we have had enough, and this is ridiculous that the 99% keep getting exploited. I don't really have a plan for how we're going to take care of this, but we have had enough. And then it's like, oh, you guys want us to like vacate this area? Yeah, we'll just vacate and go home. It's all good. We'll just vacate and go home. It's all good. And that was the conclusion of Occupy Wall Street, biggest, but like bunch of bullshit and people just like hopping on there to like take advantage of their own, like political gain situation. You got the SEC political gain situation. All these things are just for like people accumulating power and influence. Down with the man. Buy Bitcoin.
Wow, look at Nick. Got a little bit of a rebel vibe this morning. Must be all those FriendTech shares going to his head. Anyway, we got the next story after the nothing burger of the FTX liquidation that's already priced in. Sugartown price action. So Sugartown Oras pumped to 0.2 ETH after starting as free mint. This has been one of the biggest wins in the NFT space recently. I would say that during the bull run, this would have pumped north of 1 Ethereum. Easy. So yeah, easy. What are you thinking about this mint? What are you thinking about Sugartown, Zynga, all the above?
Yeah, so I mean, I think if they launch a game sooner than later, this becomes really interesting to me. We've seen Grapes, the Animoca project that has a token in multiple games out right now, go all the way up to 0.6. So would it shock me if this traded about half the price of that? Not at all. I do hold one. I plan to hold it. I want to play the games. I'm excited to see what they got working on over there. I mean, it's Zynga, like billion-dollar company at this point. So, that's the thing that I'm most interested in and I think that they had a very good rollout into Web3 from a Web2 business. Like that was the best part. Great graphics, great animations, full storyline kind of thing. The website was well done. Zynga announced it after the fact that they were Zynga, which I thought was a good move instead of saying up front, and then a free mint. So it's like all these key things where I was just like, oh, you guys are actually doing this like the right way. Like who would have thought, So that's where I'm like, this is making a lot of sense to me and something that I am personally excited to kind of just see where it goes from here and what they kind of get moving forward from their rollouts is like the big thing for me. Like how and what does the future state of this look like? Because they did also keep, I believe, something like 3,000 for future prizes and all for participation in the games. So I think that that's going to draw some action and engagement for people that want to try to get additional assets. So far, they've just been absolutely crushing it. And I think that it's a lesson for Web2 businesses that want to get into the Web3 space. Zynga so far has literally set an excellent example, launching Peak Bear. Great price action, did very well. And I'm excited to kind of see what they do next because they've clearly listened to the ecosystem and community and worked with people who have been in the space versus trying to just do something on their own, which we've only seen negative price action from some of these other Web2 businesses.
And Bunny, you minted this. Am I right about that?
Yep. Yeah, I got one too.
Did you sell it?
I'm like essentially the same thesis as Easy. I think they've done everything right so far. I want to see the game.
Wow, Bunny, look at you. You think holding this thing's the right move? Are you going to buy more?
Nah. Honestly, I missed them yesterday. They were like 0.08 for a minute when the mint was live. That was probably the time to buy. I would wait if I was going to buy more, I would wait until post reveal to buy more, to be honest.
Smart. Buddy, how much have you made off of FriendTech royalties?
Not much. I think like 0.6 or something. I don't know. I just been recycling it back into other FriendTech accounts and trying to kind of airdrop for them.
There you go. That's the right move.
I can't imagine taking it. You got to make like a boatload of money to actually like take it off, right?
Yeah, that's how it works, Bunny.
Did you buy mine, dude? Like, what's going on? Because
yours is pretty expensive, Nick.
Hey, a lot of people would say that I'm reasonably priced with a lot of upside potential.
Who's saying that, Nick?
Everybody's saying that. That's what I'm hearing.
I've actually heard he's right.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for Sugartown. Sig, do you have any insight on Sugartown? Big name coming into the NFT space, bear market,
No, not gaming, man. Please go back to Easy.
Sure.
Gaming.
I think the game's going to slap, dude, personally. Like, think about the games that they've rolled out. This is like the best Web3 opportunity where it's like idle games. We've seen the interest in heavy metal. We've seen farming sims take off. Like, dude, for everything about this feels like it's going to be a home run. My only concern is like, they did have some pretty strict minting guidelines. It was like only US, Singapore, and one other country that you could actually mint from. And that's because they're trying to obey any potential compliances, it seems like. And then on top of that, they have teased that there will be like more NFTs in their ecosystem. And this is like their premier one that gives you access to everything else that they're going to do. So it's like, will it end up being a dilutive event when they roll out future stuff, more games, more assets for games? Is that the best way? Because I don't think they can do a token. Like, I don't think That's my concern. I mean, Animoca is doing well with grapes, so I'm not too sure. I'm gonna just keep tabs on it. I'm excited for it.
Do you think it'll be an original game, or do you think it'll be a game that they
100%
just
original.
skinned?
Yes.
100%
original? Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm like confident in that just because they've just crushed it, man. I'm pleasantly surprised. I have talked to a few people over there and they just seem to get it. Like I was so excited to hear that they actually hired people who were native to the ecosystem for the last 2 years versus trying to do this from the ground up.
I think they did a phenomenal launch. And just remember, my FriendTech shares are reasonably priced with a lot of upside potential. But the thing I was going to say about Zynga, I think that like there's a lot to learn from their process. And brands can, like there's a lot of insight for brands. There's so many people that have had failed launches recently. And I think that there's a lot of people, including Nakamigos, that we have going down right now, which is just like, what's going through their head.
Breaking news.
Nick, can we get the breaking news audio? Hold on. Can we get the breaking news audio, Nick? It's been too long, and you got to send me that file so that I can do it too.
No, hold on one sec.
Oh my God! No, stop it! No.
All right, breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. Breaking news has updated their mint price for the Cloaks. Now it is free for holders and a 0.05 public mint price for these. These have pumped from 0.18, now are rallying to 0.25 and are continuing to run.
Buy them up, ladies and gentlemen. All right, well, there you go. We were about to talk about Nakamigos. Clemente dropped some breaking news that they reduced the price to free. You bought a Nakamigo, Clemente. Look at you. You're going hard. What?
Did you buy it before you gave that breaking news? Like,
I don't know, dude. Fine right now, buddy. You gotta move
His
fast.
FriendTech heard it first, Nick. His FriendTech heard it first.
My FriendTech before this. If you would have seen it, you would have known. You would have gotten a little 0.07 profit. Hey, you win some, you lose some. You got to be fast.
Clemente should make a FriendTech, and Clemente could use some extra bucks. He's over here getting lunch with me in Williamsburg. We bought pizza yesterday. It was like $25 a head. I was like, yo, you don't have to.
Broke, dude. That's crazy.
No.
Wow.
I know.
Hey,
yeah, that was wild.
Cool, dude.
That was wild.
Okay.
Just like, yeah, Clemente could use some fucking dollars. This broke him effort.
Hey, guys, I got access to Pio's Twitter account. I'll make a FriendTech for him and take all the fees. So watch out for that. Stay tuned. I'm going to drop it on my FriendTech first when it's going to be going, and we're going to go from there. So get ready. Be on the lookout.
I was saying it from a positive place. I wasn't trying to say Clemente's broke.
You call a man broke from a positive place? Please.
That's crazy.
Hey, how is that ever a compliment?
That's fine. Hey.
Clemente, if that was me personally, I wouldn't let that fly. But that's just me.
Hey,
that's just me.
I got a meeting with HR about this later today. I feel personally offended as an employee.
We got money on stage.
Nifty.
Do we hash it out right now?
All these bullish takes on. So, hey, I like your approach. Your FriendTech strategy, Clemente, is a good one, first and foremost. So I want to put that out there. Secondly, OSF just posted a tweet being like, personally, I think FriendTech explodes in the next 2 to 3 weeks in terms of both TTL and number of users. People will make a ton of money on keys, and there will be some blow-off tops that everyone dumps into. Then I think the platform lasts, but not sure how active. Look, it's not going to be active. This thing is a straight dumpster fire, but not before a signal gets in.
No, I haven't gone in yet, but it's actually in the meta of just this casino thing we've got going on. We've got the NFT exchanges doing like the wheels. You've got Rollbit, like this whole like gambling thing. It just seems to be this meta that we've held over the summer. It's now going into fall, and there's not much going on the NFT side. So it would make sense that money sitting on the sidelines, some of it would rotate into FriendTech and could just take us through it until the end of the year or until something more interesting comes along. I don't think this is like flash in a pan, 2 weeks, it goes away. I think it has enough legs to run at least until the end of the quarter.
So the total number of people on this platform is basically less than are on our website, but the amount of money being traded is absurd. And I think that like there is some interesting part of that, but the problem is you're still flipping each other basically. Yo, Alfalfa, why do you regret buying my keys? This is disrespectful. That I hope you double down right now because this is the best alphas coming on my FriendTech. But I'm just saying the platform does suck. Like the platform is garbage, and the fact that it's built around just flipping each other's prices.
But it doesn't matter if the platform's garbage because it's targeted at an audience that is willing to go through way worse UI to do anything as simple as bridge money over to somewhere else. Like I think like the crypto NFT community is so used to bad UI and we just complain about it so much and patiently wait for money to like appear on the other side that even FriendTech is a step in the right direction. If you're comparing it to a traditional like product that's been out for the last 10, 15, 7, 5, even the last 2 years, over in Web 2, of course, the UI sucks, but that's not the current customer using it. If it's a small amount of holders, it's definitely, people of our profile, and I think they'll suck it up until it gets better. And that's why I think money will continue to slosh around.
Yeah, and to add to that, there is a component, we saw this with Nifty Gateway, where when it's so early that the UI is not good, you feel like you're in extra early and that you're going to benefit from when they clean up the UI and they get more users, things like that. Absolutely. Real quick on the Nakamigos thing, I just thought of this. So Nakamigos were originally free, correct? The original mint was free? So, and they made a bunch of money off of royalties. Here's a little conspiracy theory that I think is maybe true, probably true. They probably knew that announcing that the fall is coming thing was just going to be a paid mint was going to get a negative response and everybody on Twitter was going to talk about it. So then it crashed down, but they got a lot of sales. And then now they were ready to be like, actually, it's going to be free. And then the price runs up again. So that their whole game has been royalties the whole time. Why would that be different now?
You want to know the crazy thing, Pio? And yes, I agree with that because they have a permission 5% set royalties. And in the last 24 hours, they've done 336 or 366 ETH in trading volume. They're pumping, by the way. So not looking so broke now, huh? But real quick, the crazy thing is they didn't tweet this out. So what basically they did, they literally just updated their like mirror, whatever, their little article that they dropped. They didn't tweet this out. So it's the dumbest shit ever. They're definitely just in the Discord, not to fund my own bags. They're definitely in the Discord saying, pulling the Nick, being like, yo, guys, I'm about to announce this. Get ready. Buy it now. Front run the pump. They pulled the Nifty Nick and then they updated it. And now basically everyone buying in is possible. They might lose money. I might have to sell this thing.
Dude.
But I'm in the green.
Throwing me under the bus, but glad you can afford lunch for a day.
I just made like 80 bucks, dude. I just made like 80 bucks.
Buying a coffee.
Hey, Pio, lunch on me, buddy. Lunch on me. Let's go.
Yo, you can't get him a $25 sandwich in Williamsburg.
I was going to say, so let me just give a little context because I feel like people are actually going to be like, wow, Pio's being a jerk.
No, literally nobody is actually, this is one case, Pio, where nobody thinks you're being a jerk. But you do. But every other time, you're just actually being a jerk. So that's where like you need to recalibrate your understanding of when it's a jerk, when it's a joke. Two similar words, jerk and joke.
Jerk and joke. Jerk and joke. Nick giving out vocab classes in his FriendTech as well.
Clemente's on one right now. He's got the dopamine release after he made a little bit of money for the first time ever. So Bunny's got his hand raised. I'm just kidding. I'm just messing with you. Bunny got his hand raised. Bunny, what's going on, big dog?
I was just going to say the Nakamigos, it was a free claim. I think 3,500 went to public man for like 0.01.
Yeah. So, but anyway, I do think this probably was intentional to fuel secondary sales for more royalties. Just frame it up like what's going to make the people that made this make the most money. In this case, if people accepted the 0.05 mint price, that's a win. If people rejected it and floored their stuff and people bought it, then that's a win too because it's secondary volume. So that's probably what I think happened here. We'll have to see what happens, how this develops. Clemente, have you already sold your Nakamigo or are you listing it? What are you doing?
I don't know what I should do.
How much are you up right now?
Clemente? Can you just list it? How many times do we have to go through this?
Oh, take them gains, dude.
I take them gains, dude. Dude, this is as much as a pinto bean right now.
Are the pinto beans down that bad?
They flip Pinto. Pinto beans are a 0.2, dude. And I still got this little rascal.
Where does this thing come up that I'm a trust fund person? I remember when Pio first met me, he got the impression that somehow I came from money.
Wait, you're not a trust fund guy?
No, I'm not a trust.
Oh.
What are you going like this?
Whoa.
Not a trust fund person. I mean, good God, a trust fund person. That's like a ridiculous situation. But no, Nick's not
I
a
got
trust.
some perks. I got a couple of perks.
That's all I was saying. I was saying a couple of perks. That's it. But Nick's
Like
a
college
real one.
paid for, you're saying like that sort of situation?
Yeah,
But you know how that got paid for? Your boy also got scholarships, Pio.
That's right. That's
and you
right,
know what
baby.
else happened? My mom made me, despite the fact that I had a relative that was going to pay for college, she said, no, you need to go take out a loan to pay for some of the college yourself.
Damn.
And made me take out a loan for no reason. I like look back on that and being like, you didn't teach me shit with that, Mom. You didn't teach me anything. You taught me poor financial decisions by taking out a loan to pay for something. That made no sense. That was one of the dumbest things ever.
I like it.
But I had 15,000 a year plus scholarships, and I got full rides to a couple of other places that I didn't go to. Dude, your boy was a scholastic, mass. Like I excelled when it came to study, thanks to Adderall. And I will say that, and then followed by Stratera, because the amphetamine stuff just is not good for your body. And so I migrated over to that. My focus was unmatched for that period of time. I used to get paid to take notes during that period. Did someone contribute a little bit of money to help pay for college? Yeah. So that's the leg up that I got, Pio. Did I ask for a loan one time and get a loan and pay back my rich relative with interest on a monthly basis? Literally, I was making monthly payments to my relative with interest. He made money off of me. Okay. So that's the type of dynamic. That's the type of leg up that Nick had in the world. Nick was able to go borrow money from high interest loans from his loving rich uncle who couldn't just grant him a little bit of money. You know what I'm saying? Like, just give me the money, dude. Like, what the hell are you talking about? You're rich.
This is where Europe wins this week. Education, higher education, free. Middle education, free. Lower education, free. See that? No debt over here. No debt. Just want to say, Europe win. One all. This week we're 1-1. I'm just going to give you that. No debt over here.
I love it. No one respects Nick's hustle more than me. I know that he is not a trust fund kid. What I will say is Miguel Ribeiro said that this sounds like Donald Trump's origin story, which is a pretty funny comment. Miguel, very nice. Very nice.
Hey, Nick, don't let him talk smack. Nick, you and I, let's get a beer later. Just you and me. On me. I just listen to my Nakamigos. Just you and me, dude. Let's just go get some good food.
Let's do it.
Get some appetizers. Hey,
I have a better lobby than Pio. I'll just tell you that much. Actually, I don't know. I do like the plants over there. But Clemente, come over here. Check out I got multiple rooms for you to work in. And it's also more convenient than Pio's. Like, you got to go through some wild transportation situation.
I have to take the subway. I have to walk 25 minutes, dude, and it's a dangerous neighborhood. I have to go walk through.
You got money now, Clemente. You got money now, so we got to be careful.
It's a little dangerous, dude. Yeah, I got money. They're gonna know. Yo, is that the guy that made money off Nakamigos this morning? I'm gonna be like, whoa, you don't know.
Skip Pio today. Come on over here. You and I are gonna have lunch, and we're gonna take a selfie of you and me eating lunch together. We're going to tweet that out and let Pio know he made a major mistake.
Sponsored by Cliff Bar.
There we go. I do like the got idea. A nice protein bar in here that I'd hook you up with. It's my girlfriend's, but I'll take it from her and I'll give it to you. Okay.
Well, it has been. So Clemente's been coming and working from my building's lobby area with me on Mondays and Wednesdays, grinding until 6:45, 7 p.m. every day in person, which I love. It reminds me of actual workplaces where people hang out in person. It would be funny if all of a sudden I'm like, yo, you coming over today? It's Monday. And Clemente's like, oh, sorry, man, I'm going over to Nick's spot today. Hey, can't do it today. My bad, dude. But obviously I would come too. Last story we're going to talk about.
No, you're not allowed here. It's only Clemente today. And he splits time between daddy and mommy. Okay, that's what's going on here, and
custody.
So that's the way that it goes down. I do have a training session today, Clemente, so I will need to step away for that. But
that's cool. We'll talk. Yeah. Hey,
there you go. Stoner Cats, last story, Stoner Cats SEC charge, not a great week for Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis. This is the story that we brought up in the newsletter. Nick, were you going to add something?
Yeah, I thought we discussed it.
Well, we can discuss it a little bit more. It's on the call sheet.
They're also pumping. They're pumping to 0.07. They're running. They're up 260% in the last 24 hours. I actually talked about this in my FriendTech chat. I threw it to Nick as well. So if you got in early before the breaking news.
Do you have a FriendTech, Clemente? You should make one. You should make one for real.
You want one? I'll give you an invite code.
No,
you literally should make one.
Use my invite code. Way more valuable.
Whoa. Yeah, you join my FriendTech. We'll talk about how to optimize your online dating profile. How's
that? Has that been going? Are you on online dating apps, right? Or are you? What are you?
Yeah, he is.
Dude, I joined it, and I'm taking the same approach. So I'm taking optimizing our YouTube. I'm taking that to Hinge. So I'm learning. Hey, what kind of questions? What's the right approach? What kind of language do I need to be using on this dating profile to optimize the highest amount of matches?
And if you come into and then if you jump into my FriendTech, I'll tell you how to avoid broke men. So it will be like yin and yang.
I love it. So first start the search filter at like 40 plus signal is probably the best way to start there. And then,
you know what? I've been watching a lot of Suits because of you. You reminded me of it, and I feel like Clemente here is our little Mike Ross season 1. And you remind me of Lewis Litt in many ways.
What? I don't want to be that guy.
He's super funny. So yeah,
you're saying I look like the guy who's like playing second fiddle to the main character. Damn.
No. It's actually to do with
because I'm Jewish.
Well, that has nothing to do with it. That has nothing to do. It's actually more your sense of humor, your work ethic, and sometimes like how awkward you are. That you have that Lewis Litt kind of thing going on. And then Clemente, our Mike Ross, our broke Mike Ross.
He flips out at people like unnecessarily, like on that show, and I'm gonna start doing that as well. Like suddenly, I'm just gonna flip out, and I do it more subtly. I say a real quick snipe, like I give you a real quick snipe, and you're just like hit with like a cannonball right to the chest, boom, and I say nothing else, and you're just like, will my dad ever approve of me? That's what you're thinking when it happens. When it comes in, I can't ever win his approval. All I get is this snarky commentary from Nick giving me bullshit nonstop, but I'm out of here working my ass. I'm getting 2 million views per 48 hours on YouTube, but he doesn't say thank you. He doesn't say, hey, good job.
He says, why not 5?
Yeah, why not?
But it is. I will say Nick's a sniper. Pio's more of a tsunami where it's like, it's a little bit of a in there, but they're just coming at you all day. And you're just sitting there, you're trying to adjust, but it's just body shot after body shot.
Pio's is a tsunami. It's an emotional wave coming over all at once, and then he's like, fuck. Like that he comes back, he's like, the storm, the hurricane Pio just came through. A little bit of regret there. For Nick, it's like, Nick, I'm coming at you with like, I'm just shooting you with the snipe, and you're just like, I want to punch this guy in the face real bad right now. Like that's basically the thing that I'm gonna come at you with. So it's a little bit. Each one takes their own approach to how it comes through. You know,
there's different stuff. Look, we're about to wrap. I want to shout out the free NFT claim that we're about to launch. So go to the nifty.com/claim. It's today's artist spotlight NFT, brought to you by none other than Rocket Girl, friend of the show, big fan of her artwork. She was a runner-up in Claire Silver's AI art contest. Her work has been collected by Cosimo de Medici, Batsup Yum, Claire Silver, and more. Her companion drop is titled Fun. It's live on Foundation right now. It's featuring 69 individual pieces with varying animations and colors, and it includes a complimentary print that is hand-signed from her. So you got the digital and the physical. The links are pinned to the top. take a look at both drops, right? Like, obviously, we love doing the partner drops on our platform. We want you to go claim that. But really, you should go and support Rocket Girl if you're a big fan of her work. 69 supply, very, very small supply, 0.069 ETH at Foundation. Looks like they're selling right now. This is some of the finest AI art, honestly, if not the finest that I've seen. We asked Rocket Girl to do this on our platform. We're very excited about her joining us. And the piece on our platform is fire, and the fund mint looks like absolute heat as well. Nick?
Just a quick note. Ever since bringing up FriendTech, I'm down 25%. So that's the situation. Outside of that, Rocket Girl's art is fire. So like if you're not, there's only 69 of these available. Support the artists in this space. 0.069. It's a good deal. Just head on over there. It's linked on the free NFT page. And I would definitely pick one up just to own some of these pieces that she's created. It's great art. And she's collected by top collectors. Look, when you see great art, you buy it, basically. Like, that's the bottom line. Because and when they have great collectors, you have good market signals associated with it. This is not like a partner edition. This is her own stuff that's created. So I'm gonna end up buying some of this as well. I got to move some over from WETH
For FriendTech.
No, no, not from FriendTech. But yeah, I'm gonna pick up one of these as well, real quick. I'm pretty excited about it. Excited to see which one I get. Do I get a random one of those pieces? Is that the way that it works?
On the Foundation drop, Clemente?
Yes. You do.
Okay.
There we go.
69. Each one is.
We got some of the artists in the audience. Ellie.jpg saying, very good piece. I mean, look, real recognize real. Rocket Girl's art is absolute fuego. Just take a look. The nifty.com/claim.
Absolute fuego.
Clemente, what's the password?
Rocket 25 is the password for today's free NFT. It's also pinned up at the top.
Why was it a Rocket 69? Because I feel like
mind out of the gutter.
She priced her thing at 0.069, but 420.69. These are the numbers that you want in this space.
See that, ladies and gentlemen? That's the snipe right there. That's the Nick O'Neill snipe. Hey, dude, why didn't you price it Rocket 29? All that.
Well, she did price it. He was sniping you, Clemente. Anyway,
real quick, just to finish off the show, Nakamigos just sold 0.06 profit. Hey, Little Lemons last week. Little Lemons last week bought it at 0.03, sold it at 0.05.
Look at that. Making real cash. Ladies and gentlemen, that's our show. If it's your first time listening, we do the show Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern time. It's available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, for people that want to listen that are outside of this Twitter bubble, this X bubble. If you want the visual experience, check out the show on YouTube. Easy to find on YouTube. We just hit 21.5 million views. Very pumped about the progress on the YouTube channel. About to hit 50,000 subscribers. Join the fun on YouTube and subscribe to us there for a visual experience. Again, go to the nifty.com/claim, put in the password Rocket25, and shout out to Rocket Girl. You see her in the audience right now. Super rare artist. Got the drop on Foundation today. Badass stuff coming out of the Rocket Girl camp. Today's Thursday. We'll be back tomorrow. Everybody have a good weekend. Well, actually, no. I'm telling you,